Steven, you want to have some fun? Well, I guess this won't really be fun. It's more about the topic about the girl who was the Cheesecake Factory chick.
All right.
You familiar with that?
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Do we need to watch the video, or have y'all seen it?
No,
I've
that
seen
thing long.
Yeah, okay. So the premise of it is this chick, she was on a date or getting ready to go to a date, and she pulled up with her. They were in a whip together already. And pulled up to the Cheesecake
Looked like
Factory.
a Tesla, didn't it?
I don't think it was a Tesla. It was definitely a nice car.
It was a nice whip.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it wasn't better. I don't think
No.
Yeah, I mean, but it was cool. Yeah, he doing his thing, man. You know, so they showed up to the Cheesecake Factory, and this girl, she was like, "Oh no, I'm not getting out this car. I'm not getting out this car. You want to come back in?" The funny thing is, she kind of reminded me of Riri, just like her mannerisms. The way she was
mannerisms,
talking.
yeah.
And so basically, this woman had an issue with being taken to Cheesecake Factory for a first date. Now, I guess it also should be highlighted that when this guy, he went to go, pick her up for this first date, he called her outside her crib, and she was an hour late. They're supposed to be there at 5 or so, or 4, and she didn't get ready until 5, and so she didn't invite him up or anything. So he was basically just waiting there for like a good hour.
Sat outside for an hour waiting for her.
Insane.
An hour.
I would have left.
Not 10 minutes.
I would have big left.
Not 10 minutes, not 15 minutes, a whole hour just to wait. You didn't invite him up, so he just, he's chilling in his car. Then you get ready to go out, and then he shows up to the Cheesecake Factory, and then you're still complaining or having an issue with the Cheesecake Factory. So upon seeing that video, what are your thoughts about this woman being taken to the Cheesecake Factory and how this guy handled it?
First of all, shout out to my boy for taking this woman home and not taking her to the not even paying for this meal. So shout out to him. I thought that he was extremely generous. I think he was very well mannered. He was extremely overly patient, and she was extremely disrespectful. So, I mean, as we all have stated already, number one, you're not going to have me sitting outside your house for an hour, right? She had the nerve to say, why can't we go somewhere nicer? And he was like, well, I was going to take you somewhere nicer, but you had me waiting for an hour. We missed our reservation. And then he was like, this is where we're going to go. And he showed her on the phone. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's where we should have gone. Mm-hmm. Like, well, that's your fault. You didn't come up to, you showed up an hour late. And then didn't even let him come up to your apartment house or whatever to sit, hang out, yada, yada, yada. Like, you're going on a date. And I get it to a certain degree. Like, it's 2023 and women got to be careful. I can understand that, right? But number one, why are you even going on a date with a man that you don't feel somewhat level of trust with?
Exactly.
Right? So why are you even going on a date with him anyway? So if, and he's driving.
He's driving. You're in his car. This
it's
thing
stupid.
About, I didn't feel comfortable. It is bull. It doesn't make sense. What's he going to do? Everybody has location on their cell phone. Everybody has live stream. You're in an apartment. There's neighbors. What he's going to do, come up and just do whatever he wants to and then leave? There's cameras everywhere. Like, y'all take this thing to men are just savages.
In the middle of the afternoon.
In the middle of the afternoon, in modern society, this dude's just going to come in your house, do what he wants to, and go and ruin his life.
Right.
Because he's not getting away with it.
Yeah.
Like, this is absurd.
But then you go and you get in a car with him, his car. Like, and you don't know where you're going because obviously you didn't know you were going to Cheesecake Factory because you didn't have the issue till you got in the parking lot. So it's just like, you don't even know where you're going. He could have taken you anywhere. So that's BS, right? It's just like, it was so disrespectful. And then the audacity to sit there and act like, excuse me, I get courted. Like, you court a woman. You take her out and you have to take her to the nicest restaurant and you have to put your best foot forward and you have to court her. Honey, I am a woman that gets courted. Like it literally made my stomach turn. and I'm going to say something that, people have said but it's just like, first of all, she is a solid 4. Like
I'll give her a 5.
she had on she had on makeup.
And she had that makeup off. She had like a bump, like a big. It looked kind of. I don't know.
Man,
I wouldn't give her. I would say she's a 5. I say she's average.
So you're saying that okay? So after she takes her makeup off and all that, you're gonna still give her a 5? Or you giving her a 5 based on her presentation?
No, I'm giving her a 5. I'm giving her.
Say
a 5.
she's average.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's a 4.
Would you date her?
No.
Her okay. Are we talking about just looks?
No, I'm talking about everything.
Everything?
No, wait. Personality?
Oh, so
Yeah, I was.
We're talking looks, height, weight, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's husky, but she's like when you look at like majority of women nowadays, they've been much bigger than her.
I can't. Well, that's the thing. I can't really. You can't really.
Well,
Yes, you
I mean,
can.
I can't.
could tell.
You can. No.
she
You
has,
can tell she's
she has
definitely
pictures on her
TikTok.
TikTok.
I
Yeah.
can't. I didn't see the TikTok.
Oh well, Mel goes deep.
Well,
I don't have
I
TikTok.
had to research.
Mel goes deep.
So what is she? What is her body?
Where
look
does she
like?
work?
Nah, I just needed to know like what is this that people are talking about, whatever. No, she her body's okay. It's not like anything crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like overall, she's a solid 5. She's got to be.
On a good day.
But her overestimation of herself is outrageous.
That's and that's I guess to me that's what makes me said 4. It was just the audacity, the
You can see her body right there.
Yeah, I mean, let me see. Yeah. Look.
Are you sure that's her?
Yeah.
That's her. Steven, she doesn't. I don't know what you saw. I don't know what you saw.
I mean, it's not. It's,
She, yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll give her a 5.
I haven't even seen her page. I could tell that she was she had a decent body.
Yeah, she looks. It's like a misleading because she's chunky, but it's like. Okay.
But she wasn't sloppy. with
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
she's
think that
sitting
those
down,
I
too,
think that
so-
those I've
That's the reason old boy was.
Yeah, that's why he's tolerable. He's
That's
like,
why-
Yeah.
try to go to all right, we go cheesecake.
yeah, she's definitely got some weight to her, but you know, she also has some curves, but it was just the audacity, the attitude, the overestimation, you know, and dude, I don't know, man. From what I remember, I'm sure that's her, but that doesn't look like her to me. And I'm not saying that that's not her. Obviously, it is. But from what I saw to that, I think that she looked better here.
She did an interview with Kevin Wesley. I haven't seen it, but
This girl getting an interview.
yeah. Well, they did an interview of him and her together.
It was together. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Look, man. All right. So I'm with Steven on a lot of that. You know what I mean? I'm with most men. I'm pretty sure.
I think the consensus.
I think a
was
lot of
like
women-
pretty
a lot of
Yeah, I
women
think
were-
women were pretty upset. But see, what the thing that's good about this, first of all, I'm grateful that she did it. Because it gives us an opportunity to show on display the ignorance of modern women.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have these conversations with women, they'll be like, nah, women aren't like that.
Right.
And it's like, yes, they are. Mm-hmm. What she did is not abnormal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
literally think the same thing. Like this
Like,
is something that happens commonly.
This is something women do on a regular basis. I've had girls tell me, I don't go to a coffee house.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What? Oh, you want to go to the coffee house? What is this? Is it a date or are we like just hanging out? Like, what is this? It's like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to spend $200-300 on you. I'm not getting vagina. I'm not even getting a kiss. I might not even get respect. I'm gonna court you and cater to you the whole night. I'm getting nothing in return,
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to just go all out. Y'all are ridiculous.
But
That
they're
is
queens.
crazy.
They deserved it.
Yeah,
Come
they're
on,
all
bro.
queens. So if everyone's a queen, then guess what? Queen just came down here.
Yeah.
Queen's
it is
a commoner.
It's commoner now.
Queen's a commoner. We gotta exalt. We gotta go to Empress or something now because queens are commoners. Everyone's a queen. So that's nothing.
That's what happens if you when everyone is beautiful, the standard of beauty goes down.
So she claims she did this because she, first of all, oh my God, apparently she's some type of coach for women.
Oh,
some type
jeez.
of
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's woman empowerment. I'm like, oh my God, no wonder these women are so delusional.
She is a coach for women.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And so part of the reason she was doing this was to showcase to her women how you handle a man when they not giving you what you estimate your worth and your like. It's just like
Backfired.
oh, big time. But you know what's crazy? She genuinely did not believe she did anything wrong. She genuinely thought she was doing something to help people. That's the part that's crazy. She was completely oblivious. She was like, now look, ladies, when they take you to the Cheesecake Factory, this is what you do. You lock the door when they try to open it. Get back in. He said, you recorded me? Oh, you want to do that? Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you, Steve. Like, he was an absolute pro when it came to keeping his cool because, I mean, honestly, let's be real. I personally would not have been in that situation.
Yeah. Right.
She would have never made, my filter is too good. She would have never made it, right?
Yeah.
So then even when he was like, bro, like you were an hour late. And her excuse was, well, I had to work longer than I thought. Oh, so your phone doesn't work.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't know that you're going to have to work an hour late. You can't tell this man, hey, don't even leave your house because I'm going to be an hour late.
Yeah.
So no excuse there. No. What you wanted to do is you wanted to have him waiting for you so you can have leverage over him. You're this beautiful woman. You're too good for him. You look better than him, which I get it. There's the cultural difference. I think he was Indian or something.
He was
or
brown.
Arabic.
He's Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern, whatever. And so typically we don't date each other like that. Black women are seen as these things on pedestals, and so it's kind of like that. Let me just get a taste type vibe. He kept talking about family and all this stuff, but it's like, how did you get this far with this woman? Because y'all have had conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to basically claim that he had to win her over. Because when he saw her, it was like she was in the club or wherever they was at, and she was looking good, and he could tell other dudes wanted to talk to her, but they was nervous. Like, bro, nobody was nervous about talking to her. Like, she doesn't look that good where people are nervous about talking to her, unless she was just in an environment where it was all people like him.
Shit, I'd be nervous that she come talk to me. Like, please don't let her come talk to me.
But if there were brothers in there, and ain't nobody gonna be nervous to talk to her. So. And this, look, I'm not saying any of this to put her down. I'm not saying she's ugly. I think she's an average-looking woman. Yeah. She probably has a appealing body to a lot of people, but her attitude, I would have caught it instantly. Jeez. And I would have been like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. Now, in her defense, in her benefit.
Chris,
you got defense for her?
What?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yes, I do.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all say Chris don't protect black women. He protect black women.
I do because once again, just like I said earlier, you got to look at both sides of the argument. I'm analyzing for what is actually taking place, not for how I feel or, oh, go, dude, you did that. Like, no. As soon as he told her, you have not been cooperative, and kind of started explaining what she was doing, she began to think. Yeah. She began to take accountability. Now, did she take accountability the way I'd like to have seen it? No, not at all.
How did she take accountability?
You could see it in her mannerisms.
It was in her mannerisms.
She became a little softer. She apologized. She was like, you know what, it was a half-ass apology, because when she said it, I was like, nah, hell no, this don't count. Right? But she could have really walked things back if she wanted to, but her pride would not let her. Right. Because they were still in the car, and she could have said, you know what? Right, because I think that she has the ability to turn on her softness when she wants to. You can tell she does. And she didn't come off, she wasn't loud or rude or anything like that, right? So you could tell that she knows how to turn it on and turn it off. And she could have said, you know what? I apologize. I'm really sorry. And I wasted an hour of your time. I didn't let you come up. I could have let you know ahead of time, so that way we could have, maybe you could have adjusted the reservation. If not, then I understand why we're coming to Cheesecake Factory. I didn't realize that I probably was not being the most cooperative. I'm genuinely sorry. I am interested in, still going out, and I would love if we can still go to eat.
And that would have made their relationship that much stronger.
He would, if it was me, after that, I would have said, okay.
Yeah. Because
I'm already there. I've already driven. Like,
you've already wasted an hour and a half.
He likes her. I'm not saying I do, but if it was a girl that I actually wanted to talk to and she apologized, I could say she saw that she was wrong, and then she has the ability to do this. I just needed to show her that.
Right.
So
accountability. But this is the point that I'm making.
Man, what's that face?
I'm just listening.
This is the point that I'm making. So that's so rare. How attractive would that be?
Right. It's extremely attractive.
It's so rare. But so all I'm saying is, in that particular video, you saw everything kind of start to shift. She did not do it because she's not used to doing it.
Yeah.
She's probably not used to anybody telling her. Usually, probably dudes would just stop talking to her.
Her mood changed. You could see
She
it.
was upset.
Everything changed.
She was upset. She was like, dang, I'm not getting dinner tonight.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah, I'd be too if I was hungry.
right. And yeah, she probably did work up a nice
She's
big.
like, thanks. You gonna take me home? You gonna end the night like this?
Hell
Yeah.
Shit.
He's
Yeah.
like, bro, I'm sad. He's to take my little nice car. I'm gonna go ahead and take myself back to Cheesecake Factory
Right.
by myself, or hit somebody up. He wasn't an ugly dude or anything.
He's just one of them. He's not his confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You say his confidence high because he approached this beautiful woman, but it's like, but your mannerisms show that you, because like he was super calm, but that's also because he seemed like he's a little
passive.
recessive. Yeah.
And he's soft spoken.
And he kind of stutters, and I don't know if that's because he's nervous because he's on the camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's weird that because in Kevin Wesley's video, he was like, "Yo, what's your dating life been like since this happened?" He's like, "I mean, it hasn't been great. You know, it wasn't great before." And then apparently there are people who are not on his side. So apparently it's not like everybody's, his champion or anything.
Of course,
of that nature.
there's gonna be people not on his side,
Right.
but
Which I think is absolutely absurd.
I do too. But if I was a woman, I would look at that and be like, I'll treat him good. He seems like a nice guy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They don't want nice guys.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Fuck
that's
it.
not.
I mean,
Yeah.
what? But overall, what is wrong with taking someone to Cheesecake Factory on
Cheesecake
a first
Factory is
date?
expensive.
Nothing. Cheesecake Factory is it's not Applebee's.
It's above Red
Oh,
Lobster.
it's way above all
yeah,
of them.
it's
Said it's a chain restaurant. Like, how dare you compare Cheesecake
what about
Factory?
Ruth Chris?
Right, that's a chain restaurant.
Is Ruth? I mean, I don't know what her standard is.
Capital de Grill. It's a chain restaurant. They got the things there.
It's-
Aria, I've seen that in more than one location.
Oh,
Like
you know what it is.
I mean, I've never been there, but
Oh.
I've seen the logo of it before.
So it's just like, what
I don't
what do you
like. What
It's-
does that? So I got to take you to a local fine dining establishment,
right? Local,
and
is
I'm
the word.
supposed to know that,
right.
and I'm supposed to do that every time because this is just courting. Well, don't introduce me to an energy you can't maintain. So every time we go out now, we're going to these places. But are you going to cook for me though?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a matter of fact, funny thing is, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I went to Cheesecake Factory's menu. I said, can I eat here? I said, man, there's a couple things on this menu.
They have a veggie burger I can eat on there.
Yeah, I said, man, I could even eat there.
I can't eat the cheesecake though.
Bro, they used to have, or they probably still do have this white chicken chili or something, white bean chicken chili.
Oh, sounds good. I like white.
Oh man, it was so good.
I've never
sorry
been
I
to
can't eat
Cheesecake
that
Factory.
You've never been to
No,
Cheesecake
because I
Factory.
always thought of it as this is an expensive restaurant.
I mean, it's
It's not cheap.
It's not inexpensive, but it's not like overly crazy.
It's
Yeah.
like $3 to $4 signs.
Okay,
I would give it 2.5.
2.5.
Like $2.50.
I mean, I'm saying it's obviously it's based.
I
on
mean,
people's
they're.
perspective.
I think that their average like entree is like $30.
No. Well,
I
not for what
looked
I
at the
would
menu.
do.
I'm not
'Cause
talking
it's,
about.
it's a burger.
Of course, I'm not talking about that.
That's
Hell.
why you gave it a 2.5.
Yeah, exactly. You looked at what you would
me
eat.
get a
I'm talking about the
cheesecake.
actual menu. Like, no, they have their average.
I mean, we've been there like multiple times. Like we went there on my birthday.
How long ago?
When we first got here.
I mean,
when we were living in Louisville.
Right, but I'm saying like it's you. Okay, you went there for your birthday. It's obviously on that level to where this is like we're not gonna just go eat there on a Tuesday night just because, right? Like I'm not saying because that's not somewhere we would probably go anyway.
I've never been able to just walk in Cheesecake Factory and get a seat. It's always a wait.
There's a reason.
I mean, it's a very. First of all, look at where they're located. All the places she likes to shop, there's a Cheesecake Factory in
There's
there.
always cheesecake factories in more wealthier
Yeah,
neighborhoods.
it's not no slouch. I don't think that if I talked to women about this, no one that I talked to said they would have a problem with Cheesecake Factory.
So let's get to the crux of the argument, because what it really boils down to is it was her level of disrespect towards him for taking her to a nice establishment. That's where the delusion comes in. Because if they were at McDonald's or Jimmy John's or Applebee's or Chili's, people would get it.
Yeah.
They would be like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the fact that most people, 90, or I would say 51% of people would say Cheesecake Factory is a very nice restaurant.
And I think you're being nice with that 51%.
I'm being nice, but I'm saying the majority of people.
Takes someone on a date to Jimmy John's.
Bro,
first
if it
date?
was, listen, I mean,
if it was low key,
You get some Jimmy John's,
but
go to the park.
based upon this conversation, if we change nothing but the end result, which is the restaurant, if it was anything like any of those restaurants you mentioned, I could understand to a certain degree. I still wouldn't be on her side.
No.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, well, he had a very nice restaurant picked out. He had a reservation. You messed it up because you were and made him sit for an hour late, so you can suck it, number one. So this is what you get, right? Like, this is
you
it.
get what you get. Cheesecake Factory.
Well, I'm saying, based on what.
A bad alternative.
It's not a bad alternative. I'm saying, like, no, number one, I'm never going to take a woman to McDonald's. We're not going to Chick-fil-A. We're not going, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm never taking a woman to a restaurant on a first date.
I mean, but if we
That's
were,
a
like,
coffee
I
house.
wouldn't mind, like, if
we getting some fruit juice or something.
if we're going out, and depending on what's in her neighborhood, so let's say I'm going to go pick her up, and depending on what's close to her, I'm going to look at some restaurants. And maybe there's an Olive Garden close by. I don't see a problem with Olive Garden on a first date, number one, because I think that, number one, I got some good breadsticks. You know, I'm going to get some breadsticks, right? But and that salad. But it's really, to me, I see a date as the opportunity for us to sit and talk and get to know each other. Like, now, number one, I don't particularly like restaurant first dates as well. But if she's like, I want to go eat, then I'm not going. We ain't going to Capitol Grill, right? We're not going. I'm not. We'll go to a Mexican spot, right? That's local, and you can get some tacos. You know what I mean? Like, so what is it? Is it the price? Is it the atmosphere? Like, I would love to know, what is it about a chain restaurant or a cheap restaurant that is not liked by women? What specifically? Like, on a first date? But what about it?
I mean, once you get filet mignon, it's kind of hard to go back to hamburger.
So is it the quality of is it the quality of food? Is it the quality of food? Is it the atmosphere? Like, is it the fact that you see me spending money on you so you can count my pockets?
She said I can't go in and everybody look at me. I'm looking like this.
I'm looking like this and I'm in here. Like, what are you talking about?